takeover. The break's over, nigga. God MC, me, Jehovah. Hey, little soldier, you ain't ready for war. ROC too strong for y'all.
Don't just Mumble TV, Biggs,
Shotty, back again.
I really don't know what episode this is. Who cares? Right?
Episode 22.
Episode 22. So yeah, we still coming with the listening sessions. You'll get one this weekend. You'll get the next one the next weekend. So you'll get the Jaden one this weekend. So alright, get started. Today we're going to talk about when I saw a common tweet this the other day and I just thought about it. I replied to him. He said, when did you fall in love with hip hop? And I can give you the philosophical answer and the actual, the real. Which one you want first?
Bullshit, the philosophy.
It's not bullshit. When I realized it was more than just entertainment. Yo, that's real shit though. Like, at first, music was just fun. Music was, at the same time, we were less mature or younger people and shit, so. But really and truly, like, that's when I fell in love with hip hop. When I realized that they were saying so much shit that I could learn from, and they were so creative, and it was just, I don't know, I just realized that it was just a way of life. It was just teaching. You know what I mean? Depending on who you listen to, there are people to listen to have fun, to turn up, people who make you look inside yourself and try to improve, people who let you understand that they need to work hard and whatever. So that's the philosophical answer. Like when I realized that it wasn't just entertainment, it could do so much more. But actually when I fell in love with hip hop was obviously the first thing I ever heard by Jay or Kanye was Watch It Run. And that's 2011, that's ridiculously late. So yeah, so Watch It Run was 2011. So
and I don't even think I heard it when the year came out.
Exactly. So I started like as a child, like probably high school and stuff, was Weezy and Drake. Obviously, Weezy was too hot. Young Money was too hot at that time. Then it switched to MMG, and they were too hot.
You're talking about when I started to
fall in love with hip
hop.
hop.
Oh, not when I first started listening it.
We first started listening to hip hop with 50 and Eminem. That's when they had the fucking the Kobe CD players with the puffy headphones. That was clear. That was way back.
From prep school.
Prep school days or primary school or whatever.
Elementary.
So but yeah, and then somebody said, I don't listen to songs individually, I listen to projects, and I was like, yeah, in Jamaica that's not a thing really.
You don't really, like, even our artists, they hardly release albums. So from the other day, still the more modern artists have been doing mixtapes and even debut albums.
The new generation more influenced by hip hop, not more influenced than reggae or dancehall, but they're also influenced by hip hop. Some of the structure,
exactly,
and some of they might be fans of some of the art too, you know, but even just the structure and seeing like what you're supposed to do in terms of like building a career and tending to your fans and business wise. And so yeah, that person said that to me, that they don't listen to, and they put me on to Detroit, and that's where it really took off. It started when I heard Wale. And Wale is my favorite rapper. When I heard Wale, I was like, oh, he's dope on the features. But then I heard Ambition, and this is blasphemous. But I heard Ambition, I was like, is not like when it was on the features, but that's because he'll step into the box of more trap music and do his thing in there and that. So when I heard him in his lane, it was different. But then eventually I realized how dope it was, and then the Big Sean.
And this guy was a poet.
Yeah, it was different from what I was used to hearing in terms of music. And then so when I got put onto the Big Sean D-Chat mixtape, I started to listen to it. I started to download projects and stuff, mixtapes. So I meet the people that I fucked with. So I download mixtapes for Jake and Weezy and all those people. And that's when I really...
And even now, when we download music, if it's not a single, it's 99% of the time it's an album or a project, I should say. We hardly get music or keep music like just as single files. You get what I mean? Because an album or a project would be a single file, but you know what I mean?
It's a folder.
Yeah. Alright, for me, I'm not sure if I have a philosophical answer.
Bullshit answer.
For me, it's quite similar. Like, a lot of things we do are quite similar. We're just 2 years apart. And we're close, so yeah. And we have this similar interests, so.
Well, that probably come from us growing up together and being just 2 years apart and being close, so.
Okay. And it just being two of us. Anyway, sorry about that. Yes. It just being two of us. But for me, not necessarily when I fell in love, but as my brother said, and I think even more so with me because I was 2 years old, I probably understood more. So like 50 Cent G-Unit when I was in grade 4, grade 5, grade 6. Like those were the years. Like I had my G-Unit shirt, my first sneakers that I bought with my own money was a pair of G-Unit sneakers. The red and white up top the high top one that he had on in the movie with the red and grey. That same one, that was the first sneaker I bought with my own money that I saved. So like I was a huge G-Unit 50 Cent fan. And obviously with that came Eminem also. So that's when I was really introduced to hip hop. And probably I loved it. Well, that type of hip hop. And probably just didn't realize as much because it wasn't. I guess I wasn't such of a music fan back then. I didn't know.
That's why I don't say I loved it because now I don't think I can compare how I feel about music now to how I felt then. If I love it now, I couldn't have loved it then.
I just love it more now. I realize how much I love it. But anyway, that's beside the point.
I didn't love it. Those were hot and they were dope.
I know, you had a different experience than what I had. Because I even though I probably wasn't understanding everything, like for the most part I got the gist of it, and like remember I could even I guess reciting it doesn't necessarily.
Because I probably didn't understand half of it. And when I revisit movies, albums, music, you'll be like, shit, I didn't even get that.
Yes. I was old enough to understand a majority of what he was saying. Like certain, like I won't get in depth right now, but certain lyrics, like I just found them so cool. Like he actually said that, and but later on, when later on in my life, when I started to go to university, college, whatever I got, yeah, I started to listen to Jay-Z and Nas. I actually heard, I heard Nas and the Distant Relatives, and I was like,
that's his and Damian Man, the Junior Gang's project.
I was like, yo, you know what I mean? And I was like, this is what they were actually saying, because, alright, when I was a young man, a teenager, I'm still a young man, but when I was a teenager, coming up, hip hop, it was like Soulja Boy, it was more dance moves and like I couldn't
dance moves, I couldn't get down with it.
Yeah, so
y'all ain't ready for Aldane, man. I'ma stick to reviewing.
It's Biggs.
Y'all ain't ready for Biggs, man. I'ma stick to reviewing. Shit.
And it, like, when I heard Nut, I was like, okay. And I was over at my cousin's house in Kingston while at school, while I was at the university. And we were just there, you know, vibing, as in just chilling. Obviously smoking. And this, I heard this song come out, but Take Over, The Breaks Over, God MC, me, Jehovah. And I was like, who was that? What was that? What was that? Like, whoever he was speaking about at that time, I wasn't aware. So whoever he was speaking about, I was like, yo, these people really getting it right now. Like, they should feel very small right now. And then my cousin was like, yo, don't forget the ether. Don't forget the ether. I was like, and then evidently and then it was just, from there I started to, I remember my history teacher in high school saying, the Black Album, the Black Album.
That's racist.
That is a black.
Yeah.
And when my first experience with Jay-Z was so bad for me, because prior to me hearing Take Over, I was like, as my brother said, we weren't that mature. When I was in high school, I wasn't as mature as I was now, evidently. But in terms of music, and I think that goes both ways with the maturity.
Like 13.
That's from house if you didn't get that.
It goes both ways, like that.
Anyway. And he wasn't
ready.
Like, you know.
Still, ready up to the hill. Like, we're gonna chill.
This is how he was like, people should rap like this more. At one time, people were saying, I was like, you know, getting used to music. As my brother said, we're listening to, before I went to university, we were listening to
Wiz,
Meek Mill, Wiz Khalifa, Drake, Weezy. And people when I heard Weezy, I was like, yo, like, this is where
the book, they can't get no better, yeah, like, this is it, hands down.
Let me tell my stories.
Boy, was we wrong.
And I was like, yo, the certain metaphors, but it was mostly punchlines though. But this was the first. You have to understand. So the first was experiencing this type of writing skill, and I was used to that first, and then when before that I heard the jigger, it wasn't that traditional rhyming thing. He was actually saying what he wanted to say and doing it in more metaphors and stuff like that, similes and stuff. You know the words that the phrases that are around.
Here we go.
And it just didn't take at that time.
One take.
So I thought that Weezy was, the hype
and
with Weezy, Amelie and all.
We couldn't, as I bring up Amelie, we couldn't go 5 seconds without hearing the start of that song at one point.
Exactly, he was very hype.
Before, let me get to my point. This is the real point though. Like Weezy, not saying we're not this. Don't think that we're pulling Weezy down. We're just saying that at one point when we weren't exposed to more, we thought he was the best, and currently we don't think that. We're not dissing Weezy's
no, we just think people are really that better. Well, even not that better, but
still
better.
sound like you're trying to diss me.
No, it's just that I realize that like.
I prefer, there are people that I still prefer, but I was just making the disclaimer that we're not trying to say, Weezy's trash and we thought he was like, nah,
Weezy has this trick, Hope was just more like a finger roll.
Weezy is dope.
But the slam dunking dope too.
Okay.
But yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm not, in case it sounded like I was shitting on Weezy or anything, I'm not. I'm just saying like, at that time I thought he was the best, and no, I don't necessarily share the same sentiment.
Man, fuck those sensitive people who think otherwise same way. Anyway, we're not dissing Weezy though.
Definitely not.
So, when I was listening to the Black album, when I heard the takeover first of all, and it was like, I'll kill ya with a kill your ants with a sledgehammer, just to let y'all know that I overdo it. And it was like, yo, like, so when I was going, and at first when people were, Jay-Z's way better, I was like, come on, this nigga can't even rhyme. And then, it did take, and it took off. And even though I consider Jay-Z as the best, just listen, I definitely fell in love with it. Hip hop when I heard the takeover song.
Straight ether that nigga.
And then I heard the niggas. I heard the niggas in Paris. But what was the
Black Excellence. Murder.
Success never smells so sweet.
I think.
Success. Come on.
New Black Elite.
Ridiculous. But yeah.
So yeah, that's how we fell in love. But most importantly is what you tell us how you fell in love with hip hop, guys. Those stories sound crazy to me. Already I'm coming from Jamaica and everything, but yeah, just you want to know what kind of people we're dealing with. Like how much do you love it? How did you fall in love? Was it an album? Was it just a feeling? Were you lucky enough to grow up like, you know what I mean? Like A$AP Rocky, his name is Rakim. He grew up wearing chains and listening to hip hop. So like some people got that early stuff. Just tell us how you, we're just interested in how you did it.
Yeah, but that video, alright, for the video. You guys know what I mean.
So don't forget to help to build the community. get more people talking about the hip hop and just try to help create our lane in terms of the lyrical hip hop community. Then I know, but there's no other way to explain.
And it's not just lyric, because we really, well, I know that I fucks with the Kyle, the Super Duper. His name is not Super Duper. He's very lyrical, but it's not just lyrical.
It's don't just mumble. So if you don't just mumble, you can always end up being covered.
Yeah, well, that's true. One day we should speak of, like, talk about a couple good chop guys. So.
Okay. But
nah.
I was so yeah, like, we can build up we can put each other on to new rappers that will be interested. If you're watching us, you know the type of people interested, and you would clearly be interested in similar rappers. So comment, want to know how you feeling, subscribe so you can subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any.
And tell a friend as well.
Yeah, if you don't know what subscribing is, you don't have to pay anything. It's not a subscription like Hulu.
It's just a click of a button.
A button. But seriously, like, yeah, a button. Like, you can click the notification bell so you can see when a video comes out, you will know. And share Twitter, Instagram.
Just share.
Don't just Mumble TV. Biggs.
Shatty. Oh. Wildlife.
Luck ran out, they hope that I be gone stiff and rotten. Y'all just piss on me, shit on me, spit on my grave. Talk about me, laugh behind my back, but in my face shot some well-wishing, friendly acting, envy, hiding snakes. With your hands out for my money, man, how much can I take?